Today on Morehead Today. With guests Dr. Richard Miles and Chris Merritt, and musical guest Mike Farr. And now, your hosts, Merritt and Crystal Zhao.
Hi, and welcome to Morehead Today.
Welcome to Morehead Today. Our first guest today is Dr. Richard Miles, a professor of music and the director of bands at Morehead State University.
Yes, and our next guest is mi hermano. It's Spanish for my brother, in case you didn't know that. Anyways, he shot a documentary on the Rowan County War, and if you don't know anything about the Rowan County War, stick around and watch this. We're going to show half of it this week and half of it next week. It's a fantastic informational on how Morehead State got in Rowan County. So it's a really good documentary. You want to stick around and see this. Also, our musical guest today is Mike Farr, and we really appreciate him being on the show and for his music.
We're going to take a short commercial. When we come back, Professor Miles is going to be with us. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Hungry and only have a short break? Come to A-Duck. Come enjoy favorite restaurants such as Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Pio, Croutons, and Asian Express. Get in and get out fast. Quick and yummy.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Today we're pleased to have Dr. Richard Miles, a professor of music and the director of Morehead Band from Morehead State University. Thanks so much for coming to our show today, Dr. Miles.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been a teacher of music?
Sure. I've been a teacher of music for 36 years, and this is my 26th year at Morehead State.
26 years. From what I learned, you are the first director of Morehead Band to conduct an international trip. So what prompted you to do that?
Well, Professor Frank Otis and I organized a group in 1999 to collaboratively work together to do a concert tour to the People's Republic of China. So we wanted to offer an opportunity for cultural advancement and an opportunity for us to assist with the development of the wind band world in Beijing particularly. So we started an adventure of 4 international concert tours now.
4 international concert tours. So which of the trip you have you find the most enjoyable?
Well, we've been to China, of course, and then Brazil, and then Spain, and we're going back this year to China.
This year?
Perhaps this May. So perhaps our most enjoyable trip has been to China. We found the culture there so enriching and exciting, and much different than the culture in Latin America, and particularly those of our neighbors in Europe.
So that's why you want to visit back this year, right?
Yes, and the wind band movement and the percussion movement in China is a developing movement.
Okay.
It's relatively new, so we've been able to help with the influence of providing complementary music and instruments. So we've also found it almost like a mission trip to some degree to assist in the development of the programs there.
Okay. Have you do any clinic over in China?
Sure. I've been there quite a few times, and I've conducted bands there, and we've done clinics. This year, several of our faculty, Professor David Oyen, Dr. Stacy Baker, Dr. Brian Mason, are all going to do master classes at the Tianjin Conservatory of Music and Tianjin Normal University. So in addition to previous clinics that I've done, we're doing more master classes this year with Morehead State faculty.
Okay. To what extent do you feel there's a similarity between a role of band director and the athletic coach?
There are a lot of similarities. As a matter of fact, you know that the coach at the University of Kentucky has frequently referred to a book entitled Maestro. And the analogy of those kinds of traits that a symphony orchestra conductor or a wind band conductor uses for motivation
Okay.
and for organization are very similar to those that are used by successful athletic directors as well.
So you find there's some of the similarity between those two roles?
And it must be very successful since the University of Kentucky has been pretty successful this year. Yes, a lot of similarities.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much for coming to our show today. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, Nathan will be with his brother. Stay with us.
I'm so freaking bored. I cannot handle another hour of the Kardashians.
I wish we'd go bowling.
Me too.
Great.
Your wish has come true. Wilson Lanes, located inside a Laughlin Health Building on campus, has 6 lanes of pure bowling fun, and now with automated scoring. $2 per game and $1 shoe rental. How could you pass this up?
For over 25 years, the Kentucky Folk Art Center has provided the community with some of the finest folk art pieces amongst the region. The first floor gallery displays a periodically alternating exhibit of the center's most impressive permanent collection, as well as a wide array of unique items for sale at its gift shop, such as jewelry, sculptural pieces, alongside t-shirts. The second floor hosts several different folk art exhibits throughout the year. Visit the Kentucky Folk Art Center Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5, located at 102 West 1st Street in Morehead, Kentucky.
Welcome back again to Morehead Today. Our next guest just happens to be my brother. He shot a wonderful documentary on the Rowan County War. I'd like to welcome Chris Merritt. Hey, brother.
Hey, brother.
First off, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
I'd just like for you to tell us about the Rowan County War and the documentary that you shot.
Well, I don't want to bore you with the details because the film does that sufficiently enough. But basically,
He kids.
I wanted to do an overview. I read about this little skirmish that happened here in Rowan County, home to Morehead State University, and basically, what transpired was you had two sections, two factions of family and friends who had their own little mini civil war right here in Rowan County. And what most people don't realize is that feuding in Kentucky is part of mountain history and Kentucky history. People know Hatfields and McCoys, but they don't know the Rowan County War. So a book written by Fred Brown and an associate of his came out. I read that and thought that using Fred and his resource as a resource and himself as a kind of the voice for Rowan County War would kind of bring this more into the light a little bit.
Yeah, that's a very interesting fact, and I wanted to point that out, that there's some information, some hidden facts about Morehead, how the university got here that people don't know. I know it was up for bid, I think, was Mount Sterling, Salyersville. There was a couple.
Paintsville. Which eventually got the Mayo Technical College.
Right, so that spawned out of part of the Rowan County War as well, because
they were in that area. They were supposed to get what became Morehead State University. It was going to be Big Sandy University or something like that. It was supposed to lay on the Big Sandy River.
Yeah, so people don't know that Rowan County got the university basically through this war, and
eventually, that's kind of it was born out of the Rowan County War. Yes.
Right. Well, that's just really interesting. I'd like to remind you, just make sure you watch next week's show. We're going to have the second half to that documentary. And Chris, brother, I thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And when we come back, we're going to hear from Mike Farr, today's musical guest.
For students pursuing a career in the medical health field, come check out the new MSU Share Building. The Share Building is located right below St. Clair Hospital on Fleming Avenue. This building will offer students the chance to further their understanding of medical health and prepare them for a future with state-of-the-art hands-on classes.
Morehead State University's Kentucky Center for Traditional Music houses the fastest growing traditional music program in the world and offers a great opportunity to study bluegrass, old-time country, and Celtic music at Morehead State University. Access a unique archives of traditional music and experience entertaining and educational performances, lecture demonstrations, and workshops. Study and enjoy much more of our mountain musical culture right here at Morehead State University.
I've been a moonshiner for 21 long years. I've spent all my money on whiskey and beer. I'll go to some hollow.
In early August of 1884, there was an election in Morehead, a very hotly contested election between Sam Gooden and Wesley Cook Humphreys for sheriff. Humphreys wound up winning the election by a mere 12 votes. You got to realize as well that at that point bars and saloons and everything was open on election day. People did a good deal of drinking. During the course of it, there was an argument. The argument escalated into a fist fight. The fist fight turned into a rock throwing, and the rock throwing turned into shooting. Solomon Bradley, who was in town picking up some medicine for a child, was shot off his horse. 3 people were indicted for this: John C. Day, Floyd Tolliver, and John Martin. Martin and Tolliver later met at the Galt House Bar in December of the same year, 1884. They had some words. Martin whipped out a pistol and shot Tolliver dead.
John Martin was a rounder that no one e'er denied. He dipped his hands in murder and off the law defied.
Martin turned himself over to the authorities and was put in the Morehead jail. John had been indicted for things before. He always managed to come off clean. Because of that feeling, a lot of Floyd's friends were talking about coming to visit the jail with a rope. They transferred Martin to the Winchester jail, and he was down there for 8 days until December 10th. At that time, Alvin Boley appeared to the jailer and had a forged order transferring Martin back to Round County. At Farmers, the train was stopped by a couple of Floyd's brothers. Masked men came aboard, and John Martin was shot to death. Things continued to escalate. Craig Tolliver, Floyd's brother, was elected town marshal. Cook Humphrey, the new sheriff. We had a kind of a odd situation. The leader of one faction was the county sheriff, and the leader of the other faction was the marshal of the town. And when Craig got word in Cook Humphreys was at the Martin home, he went out to arrest him. He refused to be arrested. There was another gun battle at the Martin home. Martins were more or less evicted from their own house, according to their story. And as they were heading toward Morehead, the posse set the house afire.
In the bottom of a whiskey glass, a lurking devil dwells that burns the breath of those who drink and sends their soul to hell.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Standing here with Mike Farr. Mike, I just wanted to mention you helped out on the Round County War documentary, correct?
I just did some behind the scenes test, running the camera and stuff like that. But it was a really fun experience.
Great, great. What song are you about to play for us?
I'm going to start off. I'm going to play a Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young song called Helpless.
All right, great. We'll take it away. Ladies and gentlemen.
There's a sound in North Ontario where dream, comfort, memory, despair. But in my mind, well, I still have a place to go. All the changes are there. Blue, blue windows behind the stars. Yeah, the moon on the rise. Big birds flying across the sky, throwing shadows over our eyes and leave us helpless, 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 helpless. Baby, can you hear me now? Chains are locked inside across the door. Baby, sing with me somehow. Blue, blue windows across the stars. Yeah, the moon on the rise. Big birds flying across the sky, leaving shadows over our eyes and leave us helpless, 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 helpless. Helpless, 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 helpless. Helpless, 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 helpless. Helpless, 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 helpless.
Morehead State University has several regional campuses across Kentucky, as well as a huge selection of classes offered on the web through their secure online services. MoreheadState.edu also offers several books to read, as well as an online card catalog through its campus library. MSU also provides students with their very own email address. Be sure to check out our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube links for more information. MoreheadState.edu.
The Morehead State University Space Science Center has been established to provide a research and educational facility with state-of-the-art laboratories for undergraduate students in space science. The Star Theater located inside functions as a classroom and public entertainment room featuring laser light shows and 3D movies. To contact the Space Science Center, call 606-783-2381. For events in the Star Theater, call 606-783-9593.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. I'd like to welcome our musical guest on stage. He is a senior production major here at MSU. Please welcome Michael Farr. Mike, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
So I know you've been on the show before and actually used to work on the show last year, but could you just go ahead and introduce yourself for those who have not seen you?
My name is Michael Farr. I'm a production major at MSU here, and as far as my music goes, I've been playing music since I was about 18, and I've done various things with it since then.
So that's interesting. Most guests I've had on here have been playing music for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
What made you just pick up to play guitar at 18, or made you decide to do that?
Let me rephrase that. When I started writing songs was at 18.
Okay,
when I started playing was a little bit earlier, but I didn't really start taking it more seriously, I guess, or maybe I don't really take it totally seriously. It's just kind of a hobby, but I didn't really start like writing my own songs and making my own music till I was about 18 years old. I was playing guitar earlier than that, but I didn't really start writing stuff down until I was about 18 years old.
Okay. Now, what has been your musical influences to start playing the guitar and to start writing?
I think a lot of it started with, I was playing in a couple bands, just kind of playing guitar, and like for a couple bands around here. And then I think I started listening to more like singer-songwriter kind of stuff, like Warren Zevon, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Townes Van Zandt, stuff like that. That kind of got me into the whole songwriting thing. And then like a couple more like modern influences, maybe like stuff like Modest Mouse, Y, Neutral Milk Hotel, Mountain Goats, like all kinds of bands like that. So it's just kind of all been jumbled together and started like helping with my writing as far as becoming like a songwriter.
Now I noticed a few of those names you pointed out, they're not really, I guess, what you would call mainstream. Some of those are independent artists?
Some of them, yeah, a couple independent. I mean, I'm a kind of an independent artist. I put all my music out online for free because, I mean, it's mostly just a hobby to me. I'm not really trying. I mean, it'd be nice to maybe get somewhere with it one day, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm fine with just, writing songs and letting people listen to them.
Now, where do you put your music up at online?
Online, I've got a couple projects. You can go on SoundCloud, Mike Farr. Like that's the main one where you can find a lot of my music. There's another little project started called going under the name of Yellow Cuss, and it is you can go to SoundCloud there. You can go to Bandcamp, Facebook. It's just Mike Farr, Yellow Cuss, all kinds of like different little songs I've made up. with acoustics and 6-string banjo and electric guitar, so stuff like that.
Are these particular websites just made for music, or is this something?
Yeah, the SoundCloud and Bandcamp and stuff like that is specifically made so you can get your music out there and show it off to everything online, and like you could make it available for download and stuff.
Yeah, so if we go to Google and just
SoundCloud, that'll work.
Now, what musical bands have you been involved with before? I know you've played with some people.
Yeah, I think I started playing with a band. We never really had a name. We didn't really get very far, but we kind of just jammed around a friend's garage. But that was kind of where the start. I started playing music, and then I started playing by myself. And there's a friend of mine named Corey Swearingen, and me and him formed a group. Actually, it was on Morehead Today last year around this time. Like we came on, we didn't have a name, so we called ourselves Muhammad Ali Lincoln. And that was the start of our little group there, and we've played down at the front porch, and we've played at the Brown County Arts Center.
I was just about to say, I've seen flyers up actually from Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, we've I've played down there by myself, and me and him have played down there a couple times, and hopefully, I think me and him are trying to work on some more recordings. We've got like a little EP done. We're hoping maybe do some more stuff.
Excellent. And about how many songs do you have finished for that?
Between us, we've got about 4 or 5 right now. We're hoping to do a lot more. We've had some tough issues. We're both in school, so we're trying to like get things going, but hopefully we'll have something together soon.
Yeah, well, maybe over the summer you have some time to write some more songs, make some more music.
So,
All right, well, Mike, I really appreciate you being here.
It's great.
It's been great. And when we come back, we're going to hear another song from Mike Farr, so stay tuned. Appreciate it.
Do you need a way to find new music? Tune in to WPRC. Also hosted us Signal in the Sky, featuring new and current independent artists. Eric Riddle's Electro World, featuring dubstep and electronica. Tanner Boyd's Laugh, a great comedy show, full of laughs and gags. Derek Moore's Morehead Metal Vault, the headbanger's delight, loud and in your face. Tyler Mullen's Bluegrass Connection, a classic experience in instrumental tradition. WPRC, great radio-style entertainment. Tune into the show, broadcasting on Channel 77 starting at 6 p.m. Also, check us out on Facebook.
All right, again here with Mike Farr. Mike, what's the second song you're playing for us?
This is a song I wrote. It's called 10 a.m. It's part of the Yellow Cuss stuff that I've done, and it's off the first album I kind of made called The Sky Looked Angry. So.
Okay, great. We love originals here.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Michael Farr.
All my dreams were shattered in my youth, so I'll just sit here and write some more broken sounds. without you. Well, ask me now if I'm feeling blue. The road is long and my will is short. Well, I never had much time for these sorts. Conflicting words and tragic lies. Well, truth wasn't much a surprise. Tracing art you could not draw. Well, fake ideas and more alcohol. Cigarette smoke fills your room. Well, coughing up a lung or two. There are no decent human beings left in this house. All the good ones just packed up and moved down south. My voice is cracked and my spine is cold. That's how I've got so old. Well, all my dreams were shattered in my youth. So I'll just sit here and write some more broken tunes. 10 a.m. waking up without you. Well, ask me now if I'm feeling blue. What you have is not what you want, but it's already been packaged and bought. And you'll hide behind expressions in your face. Oh, one big disgrace.
Are you having roommate problems? Maybe there's a problem with your room itself that you really just need fixed. Do you need some advice about school, but you're just not sure where to turn to? Did you know your RA can help you with all of these things and so much more? You can find your RA by knocking on their door, catching them during their desk hours, or calling your building's duty phone. Either way you cut it, go see your RA today. Morehead State University's new state-of-the-art Recreation and Wellness Center offers you the opportunity to get in shape. Come enjoy our track overlooking the basketball courts, or take our bikes, ellipticals, treadmills, Stairmasters, and other cardio machines for a spin to help you break a sweat. And once you've worked up and breathing, pump some iron down in our weight room. Come visit MSU's new Recreation Wellness Center, open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays, today.
That's all the time we have for today's Morehead Today. We want to thank for our guest, Dr. Rich Miles.
Yes, thank you very much. And also thank you to my brother Chris Merritt and for that documentary you shot on the Round County War. Appreciate that. It was very good. And remember to tune in next week to catch the rest of that video.
Also, I want to thank you, our music guest, Mike Farr.
Yes, thank you, Mike Farr, for being here and your music. It was very good. And don't forget to check us out on the web. We have a brand new website. It's www.msutv.net. Also, if you have a comment or a suggestion about the show, our contact information is in the credits. I am Nate Merritt.
I'm Crystal Zhao.
And that is Morehead Today. I'm standing here with Mike Farr. He's about to play his guitar. Or drop a beat.